My track record on birthdays is not dignified. On my second, I stamped my small feet. My brother had the impunity to be born 2 days earlier, and this precocious diva knew she'd been upstaged. On my eighth, I threw a humdinger of a tantrum. The same brother had received a Gameboy Colour 2 days before me, and on my own birthday, I professed not to want mine anyway. On my 21st, I had to sit my finals and glowered at any classmate who proffered best wishes. This year, though, I fear will be my worst performance. For this birthday is momentous, I share it with royalty. Yes, I turned 28, on May 19th, the same day as the royal wedding. Contrary to form, I do not mind sharing. Indeed, it's quite the opposite. As the date approaches, the elevated importance of May 19th is playing to my worst egotistical impulses. For the first and likely only time, it feels as if the entire nation is celebrating with me, and for me. The pubs have been granted ended opening hours, the mood will be carnivalesque. Britain is counting down, and I have appropriated the sense of great expectation. Meghan will be a duchess, but I feel like the queen. Predictably, and much to the horror of those invited, I am planning a royal wedding-themed birthday party. Naturally, every mention of the wedding is an excuse to talk about my party. Colleagues are unable to muster any enthusiasm for this hackneyed routine. My boyfriend makes a face like he is chewing on a bee. Guests must wear crowns. If their crown is larger than mine, obviously, they will be turned away. Those who point out that I was hitherto a militant Republican will also be turned away. I have become bridezilla, and it isn't even my wedding. A recent study finds that talking to yourself helps you to make better decisions. Participants in the research were asked to play a puzzle game. The cohort made fewer mistakes when allowed to talk through plans aloud. This is vindication for those who can barely move without a voiceover. I regularly conduct sophisticated arguments and counter-arguments over the dishes. As a child I had not one imaginary friend but several. My mother affected to find it sweet for far longer than my teachers. Mercifully, Londoners are nonchalant about eccentricity, which has emboldened me to, on occasion, chatter to myself on the tube. Chloe's still the coolest customer. In 1994, New York author J. McInerney infamously anointed Chloe 70 the coolest girl in the world. You suspect 70 would have been too savvy even as a then 19-year-old to be sidelined by meaningless titles, though I admit I'm just as dazzled by her as McInerney was more than 20 years ago. Chloe 70, Getty Images. In interviews she is thoughtful and unguarded, avoiding the breathy sound bites common to her industry and refusing to toe the party line. She recently slated her own upcoming film, complains about movie actresses pilfering television roles, and gives short shrift to both the men and women of Hollywood complicit in its misogyny. I can't even remember who said it to me, but a female casting director said, "You have to make the men want to F*** you and the women want to be you." 70 told The Observer this weekend. That was more damaging than the guy saying you should take your clothes off more. Far more than just a cool girl. In the wildest witching hours of last Wednesday night I tapped a plaintive question into my iPhone: can you die of jet lag? I'd never properly suffered before, but after 9 days in Buenos Aires, 4 hours behind, and sitting down for dinner at 11 p.m. as the porteños do, my body clock was bewildered. For 3 consecutive nights I managed barely 2 hours sleep and was of little use to colleagues or society, while slavishly following any recommendation the internet suggested, mainlining rice and bananas, exhausting workouts. I can confirm it's all bogus, another reason to stay on holiday.